Hello everybody. Hi. So this is Brave Generation Academy, known as BGA, and this is where some of the most talented people work. Highly talented on this side over here. And here's operations, where the real geniuses are. Okay, these are my CEOs over here. And this is where all our hubs are around the world. So as you can see, Tiger Valley, South Africa, Namibia, Bristol in Lisbon, Edisada, Boca Raton, USA. And yeah, it's growing, it's growing. These are all people who work for us, born to change lives and education, a hub at a time.
Tim, wait, we don't even know who you are.
Okay.
Where are you from?
South Africa.
And what brings you to Lisbon?
It's one of the only places to be here. At the moment, center of the world, 2 hours from London, Paris, 6 from New York, and all good things are happening from here. Turn right here and you'll understand that I'm from South Africa. As you can see, this is 7 players that have played over 100 matches. We've adopted Portugal as a future rugby nation, and after this World Cup, I think we're doing a great job, man. Well done, Lobs. Up there we got something very special, the last test of Chester Williams. He's actually passed away now. And in the movie Victus, if you remember, he was actually our first black player, and he was in the 95 winning team.
Did you play?
Yeah, I played, but not at that level, but yeah, I played.
What position?
8th man, eh? Yeah.
Who's the greatest rugby player ever?
Look, not being biased, I was a big fan of Zinzan Brook, okay, from New Zealand. But I look at it now, and fast becoming Isia Kulisia, just because of what he's doing more than rugby, just the whole overall package that he's done for the country, and just made us believe that, you know, we're stronger with diversity and we're stronger together.
What's the greatest game you've ever seen?
Greatest game, I'm going to say now, I watched South Africa, France, and that game was crazy, crazy. I've actually watched it 3 times already.
How long have you lived here?
I'm here since 2010. Yeah.
Have you learned the language?
Yeah, fluent. I had Portuguese descent, so I knew the language, but I do have an accent when I speak it. This is called Tim's Garage, yeah, and obviously I put in a bit of my soul in here, so some of my old cars, my classics. I put up this amazing saying from Any Given Sunday that, you know, I get my staff to read as often as possible, okay, because it really is a game of inches in everything you do in life, and if you don't stand one next to the other, you won't make it. And then these are my classics. So that was my car in South Africa, that little Beetle, 1959 Beetle. This one my dad built for my son. So when my son turned 18, he gave this one to my son, and it was totally redone. You got a little Porsche 911 there, because you have to have a Porsche 911. A little 500 over here, because it just looks amazing. This is a McLaren, an SLR, so this is probably one of the nicest cars to be able to drive, and it's just so sexy. Look at that. Look
oh my God, wow.
That is just crazy.
When you're looking for a car to buy, what are you looking for?
I don't buy and I don't sell. So to buy a new car, I actually have to sell a car, and I can't sell them. But it used to be cars that I used to hang up on my wall were really what I used to look for. And saying that, this car was on my wall, Ferrari Testarossa. It was really, when I bought this one, I felt like I'd achieved something, you know.
Wow.
Here's a 350, a GT. This one's been in a movie, this one's been in a movie. That's a car that used to take me to school, a Springbok car, of course. A 2007, when we won the World Cup, I put on that sticker, and it's actually had the winning captain, John Smith, inside the car.
Which car are you missing from your collection? What's the dream car that you don't have here?
No,
Aston Martin?
I used to like really miss a Gullwing. I used to love a Gullwing or a McLaren F1, but I don't want them anymore. I'm not going to get more cars. It's done.
Knight Rider?
I got over it.
Knight Rider?
No.
DeLorean?
Watch the movie. No, but it is a lovely car, and it's an investment now, you know. This is a 1938, built in Argentina. There's a Vespa that's over there that I've driven from here to Prague, then flew to Moscow, drove to Saranska, Moravia, watched Portugal play Iran, and both coaches signed the bike. This is a 1951 beautiful Mercedes.
Are people allowed to rent them from you, or what's the story?
Nah. My cars and my wife's, only mine. Well, wife, sorry. So my dad looks after these things. Dad, here he comes. Macho, say hello there. So this is my dad, the best mechanic in the world. No.
Do you think your son is crazy?
Sometimes. The father also is sometimes crazy.
Yeah, it comes from somewhere. You don't land far from the apple tree, you know? This is also special. This is an original Space Invaders, 1980. So I grew up with these, you know? Yeah, you got Mario, got Pac-Man over here. If you just want to hear the noise. Remember that noise, eh? Crazy, man. Here we go. BMW, which I've also driven around with a helmet from a fighter jet. A 1913 Model T that still runs over here. And then this is my office. Yeah, this is my office. This is our memorabilia. This is a Ron Smith shirt when he played against Scotland.
Okay, Tim,
Yeah.
I get it. You got a lot of cool stuff. So Tim, how does one manage to accrue these things? What's your backstory that explains
It's
this?
passion
madness?
and heart. Dreams that I've had just come true. It's weird, but you know, I think when you do live and you do try and you work for it, dreams come true. And they don't easily come true, but they do come true if your passion is there. Yeah. So I've always been an entrepreneur. It's always been about trying to create growth and create value and do things that others maybe don't want to really do, but I know how important it is. So one of the first things was to make really good beer. So we had a beer called Macho Picchu, and the big thing about it is, you know, it got me to really learn about marketing. First of all, you have to be creative. It got me to know about market segmentation and how to make people passionate about your product.
What's the trick to that?
It's really giving them something that doesn't just, you know, quench their thirst, but it goes to their heart.
Does it still exist?
No, it doesn't. Eh? We went up against a bigger beer, and it's like Pac-Man. We got gobbled. We set up a marketing business in Angola that's still going. It's still the biggest marketing group, let's say media group in Angola, called Special Edition. Maybe as a title, maybe I'm just, you know, a problem solver. I don't know, problem solver. I'm not really specialized in one thing. I just know how to get good people to execute a project. And I think that if I was good at one thing, I would have probably just focused on that my whole life. I'd probably be richer, you know, because when you aren't focused, you actually lose out on a lot. But the truth is that I wouldn't have had as much fun.
What did you want to be when you were a child?
The only thing I remember saying I was going to be was I was going to be a pilot of the slowest plane, a Hercules. Weird, you know, I was small and I wanted stability in a big plane. You know, that's the only thing I really remember saying I was going to be. I thought I was going to be a vet for a while, but no. You know, I saw blood. I saw my dog being bitten by another dog, and I saw all the blood, and I said, no, not for me. I loved school, but school for me was great because I was really good with people, and that's where they were. They were at school. I was heavy dyslexia. In those days, it wasn't called dyslexia; it was called lazy. So I used to get, you know, smacked for being lazy. But I still struggle. I can't do the alphabet from, you know, A to Z. I get lost, and then my brain just goes somewhere else, and I have to go back again. But I think you overcompensate then on other things when you're not good at something. And I thank God for that superpower.
Did you go to university?
I did. I was a dropout from university. Yeah.
What did you do?
I went to business. I understood that I enjoyed doing business. I didn't want to learn business, and I learned better by doing.
Give me 3 tips for any budding entrepreneur.
Instead of 3 trips, I can tell you a story. Okay, so I was once asked what's the most important advice I can give at a university in Coimbra to any entrepreneur. And I said the most important thing that you need to do as an entrepreneur is actually buy a big jar of Vaseline. Okay, because things are going to happen in your life. You're going to get in the bum very, very often. Okay, by clients, by partners, by suppliers. And if you don't have Vaseline, it's going to hurt so bad you're never going to do any entrepreneuring. If you don't learn from all those pains in the butt, it means you maybe actually love getting pains. Okay, so it is learn, don't look back, and move forward.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
Super early, like 5:30 I'm up. I start my day super early because obviously, like, you know, I still deal with Angola. We're now opening in Australia, so I try to get all those calls of everyone that's ahead of us out the way, so that then you know, I don't feel guilty that I haven't given them attention, and then my day starts. Yeah.
What do you have for breakfast?
I don't have breakfast. I have a coffee. I normally leave at 6:15 or for a walk with a dog. I've got a little Yorkshire miniature. We do an 8K walk, and that's how my day starts. And I do the calls during the walk, or sometimes I do a meeting during the walk.
Are you sleeping well these days?
Always. I've always slept well, and I think you know, there's nothing you can do when you sleep. You just got to sleep. You know, you can only do stuff when you're awake, and no use waking up during the night when you can't do anything. So I've always just tried to go to bed without a problem. You know, if I've had an argument with the wife, sort it out before going to bed. If there's a call that needs to be made, do it before going to bed. Yeah. This one, my dad's fixing for my daughter, this little Simca.
How many kids do you have?
3. 2 boys and a beautiful girl.
What did becoming a father teach you about life?
That, you know, the best of us is in our kids. The best of us is in our kids, and it's all we're going to leave behind.
How long are you married?
23 years, be 24 now in Jan, yeah.
Where did you meet your partner?
So I know my wife since she was a tiny little one. And I actually told my friends I'd marry her when I was 13. So, you know, I really do have long-term goals. And yeah, and it happened, you know, we got married, best thing I ever did. And she made me a better person, and I like to think probably helped make her a better woman, you know, hope so.
Where did you propose?
Lisbon, in the mountains, yeah.
Did you get down on one knee?
Yeah, in a restaurant. I didn't work out with one knee. Didn't really go smoothly, but in the end she said yes, which was again, you know, it doesn't matter how many times you have to pivot, as long as you get to the final, you know, business plan, it's okay.
What's the secret to a long relationship?
Forgiveness. No one's perfect, I promise you. Sometimes, you know, we want people to be perfect, but we don't even look at ourselves. We're not even perfect. And I think the ultimate meaning of love is forgiveness. I really believe it, because if you want people to be perfect, if you can't forgive, then you're never going to get it in return. So yeah, I've learned that there is no perfection. But you know, when you got the luxury of being able to watch a movie and you know, if you're gassy, have a fart, and your wife's there and you both giggle, it's still love, you know what I'm saying? It's an Austrian car in a Fiat body, but with an Austrian little motor.
So explain to me better, why did you move to Portugal?
I moved to Portugal because I was actually looking for a lifestyle at one point for my kids, not so much for me, because I was actually happy in Angola. You know, you keep busy, you're doing a lot, but obviously you also want to give your kids the best, and you want to give them opportunities. Yeah, so we came out here for a lifestyle. Yeah. This was a safe place, lots of sun, lots of great opportunities to play sport, and it worked, because one of my sons has represented Portugal in rugby. My daughter, my son, my other son, they've obviously grown up quite a bit since then. I've got some other photos there. This is when we've sailed from Manuela, from Lisbon to Madeira.
What's been the most adventurous trip of your life?
I think the round the world trip. When we went on the Trans-Siberia, we did 118 days, 11 countries, and we used train, camels, horses, boats, everything.
You ever done a bungee jump?
No, I won't do that. I'm not that adventurous.
Skydiving?
No, I won't, unless the plane's going down.
How has Portugal changed since you moved here?
It's definitely become more international. It's definitely become a lot more expensive. But it's also become, it's created a lot more opportunities because of all the talent that's come here. And I think that's what's been amazing. I really enjoy that. I enjoy that it's become a focused place around the world. You know, Lisbon means something nowadays. Porto means something nowadays. You know, the Azores, people are visiting it and seeing how beautiful it is. You know, as I said, you know, there's two types of people in the world today. You've got the Portuguese, and everybody else wants to be Portuguese.
What about Portugal as a place to do business?
It's tough. Lots of bureaucracy, but you know, I actually want to change it, and I actually see it as something that if we just change a few little things, we can have a big positive outcome, and once again start going up on the rankings in ease of doing business, on competitiveness, on GDP, on all that. It's actually we're able to fix it. You know, it's a small country. It's not the US. It's not Brazil. It's not South Africa. It's not Angola, where there are a lot of social problems and you can't fix them. It's hard. It's difficult. In Portugal, it's small. People are highly educated. You know, there isn't these extreme lefts, extreme rights. It's actually a place that you can fix and make better very easily. You know, there just needs to be will, and we all need to be part of it. How are you, Joe?
Hi, how are you, Tim?
All good, all good.
All good, thanks.
Excellent.
This is George, a friend of mine.
Excellent. George,
from the
welcome
US.
to the garage.
Oh.
Look how hard they work, eh? Look at them working hard there.
Tim, tell me about the school.
Brave Generation Academy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, was a great idea that I had, and as you can see up here, I get a BGA, write your own path. We really believed we wanted to do something for young learners where we would have like a more personalized, more flexible, and a more relevant kind of education for them, for today's world. And that's what we started building. We started building it by using the best of offline and the best of online, mixing it together, giving them social skills, but at the same time giving them their academics, getting them to get real skills and to understand that community really does make you happier and it needs to be part of your life. We've got 61 in 9 countries now, 30 kids in a hub with 2 learning coaches. And then, you know, there's no holidays. You go on holidays when you want. There's no time. We open at 8 and close at 6, and you get to do your 5 hours within that. We get to let you follow your passions, you know, so sometimes kids are so unhappy because school takes them away from things they really love. So you can do both, you know. We also wanted a name that would help parents to be brave. So nothing better than a brave generation, and make them part of it, because we actually need all stakeholders. You know, we need the parents, we need the learning coaches, the teachers, we need, you know, governments to get braver.
How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, I wanted something for my own kids, you know. Maybe I was selfish, but I just looked at it and I thought what they're doing isn't what we need done, you know. So I thought, look, I'm going to be brave enough and I'm going to just get them out of school, and I'm going to start giving them education in a different way. And it just started to work. Within 2-3 months we knew it was the right thing. We started seeing a real change in my own kids, and then just more kids started to join, kid after kid. We actually see that it's not a business, it really is a project, you know. So I just want to be sustainable. I want to keep it growing, scaling it up. We've also launched
But where are the hubs?
Everywhere. We have 6 in Cascais, we have Porto, Coimbra, Aveiro, Leiria, Santarém, Ofir, 6 in the Algarve. Altogether there's 61 hubs now around the world.
Do you not get
Physical.
tired, Tim? Do you not get tired?
No, you know, when you're doing things you love, it's difficult to get tired. And then, you know, when I'm tired, my staff does everything. So it's okay, you know, it's all right.
Tim,
Yeah.
I heard you're running for presidency.
Yeah, I am.
You want to be president of Portugal.
I want to be president of Portugal.
So you want to be president of Portugal?
Yeah, I do.
When did this idea come about?
Well, it came about when I was actually feeling a little bit down on Portugal, because I just see us making so many wrong decisions. I just see us not standing up for what we should be standing up, and just losing out on opportunities. And I thought either, you know, I'm going to spend some more time outside the country traveling while I open hubs, and you know, and then come back to Portugal, which is always going to be my home. Or I'm going to actually, you know, start running for president in 2 years' time, become president, and instead of complaining, start doing. And that's really what happened. Yeah.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Yeah, we go out on our signatures January and February. We'll get our 15,000 signatures. The name becomes official. 2 years campaigning to win the bid, and then to really just give Portugal a vision. And I hope it also inspires others to get involved in politics, because we need new politicians. We need people that do things for their country, that aren't worried about lobbies, that don't want to become politicians. They actually want to become people who make a difference and execute. And I think, I can help that happen. So there's lots of good ideas, and most parties actually agree on 90% of things, but they stay stuck on that 10% they don't agree, and they keep working on that and fighting about that, but they get nothing done. So I'm just hoping I can help us become a little bit more lean, a little bit less bureaucracy, and have this vision for this country.
What's your campaign slogan going to be?
It's Mais Portugal, more Portugal. More Portugal, better Portugal, more Portugal for us all. We should be so proud of this country, and we should be happy that it's more Portugal. We don't need to dilute it to become better. We need to actually promote our culture, our values, our people skill, everything we've got, our food. We do a bad job in promoting a lot of these things. So yeah, more Portugal, mais Portugal. My name is Tim Viera, and I live in Lisbon.
When are you going to write your autobiography?
I think I haven't done, what I want to achieve. I think there's still, the best of me hasn't happened, So I actually want to do something that I really feel like, okay, amazing. If BJ gets to that millionth kid, if when after my running the country in being president and changing the mindset and getting things done, then it's worth a book. I think too many books nowadays, just too many books there.
But if you did write your autobiography,
Yeah.
who would you like to write your foreword? Anybody in the world?
It would be my son. Yeah, it would mean the most to me. It's my sons. Yeah, my sons. Because that's who really counts, My daughter as well, but my daughter, she's far too polite. My boys, yeah.
And that's it. I think I got it right.
Too.
Yeah, my boy, they call him a photocopy of me. They say that Alex is a photocopy of me, and Titus is like me when I'm focused. So it's amazing how you actually do come out in your kids. It's crazy, and I see it. They just behave a lot better than I did, which, thank goodness. Model T Ford, 1913, over 100 years old, this car. As you can see, it still looks very similar to a car nowadays. 4 tires, and actually this could go anywhere, like off-road. And cars nowadays can't even do that, they need roads. This doesn't need a road. As Henry Ford said, you can have it in any color as long as it's black.
What's the secret to happiness?
Not complicating things, not complicating your life. I really do believe that less is more, but you only learn that later in life once you got grey hair.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of People of Lisbon. Stephen here. Rita, where are you? Rita's back here. Rita's choosing a car back here, taking photographs. We are in Tim's garage, owned by an incredible man called Tim Viera, who is apparently running for presidency of Portugal. Unbelievable. That video is coming up. First of all, shout out to our sponsor, Move In, Moving Abroad Made Simple. If you're thinking about moving to Portugal, Move In will help you. Maybe you need help with relocation, taxes, business incorporation, investment, school enrollment. Move In will help you every step of the way. And now to the video with Tim. Rita, which car have you picked?
Say again?
Which car did you pick?
That one here. I'm really bad at cars, but this one is awesome. Look at it. It's cool. It will suit me, right? I think.